Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of April 24th, 2019. Fairly decent sized week this week, but most of you are probably focused on what's coming out in one day, basically, or tomorrow evening, and that's Avengers Endgame. I'm going to hopefully be seeing it this weekend. Me and the kiddos are going up to Escalon to visit their aunt, and so we'll be on all weekend. But hopefully, while I'm up there, I'll be able to sneak away and see Endgame. But let's get to the pull list. First up, we have Action Comics number 1010. It's not 1010. It's 1010. Leviathan Rising continues in this part 4. I've enjoyed Leviathan Rising so far. Bendis has done a great job with Action and Superman. If you're not reading it, go back and jump on the Bendis bandwagon and see what it's all about. Next up is the new one from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, and that is Ascender number 1. This continues from the Descender book. So basically, if you liked Descender, you'll most likely just like Ascender. So I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed Descender, the series, so we'll see where Ascender takes us. Next up, we have Bloodshot Rising Spirit number 6. I don't know about this run of Bloodshot, the Rising Spirit one. It's off and on within whether or not I enjoy it. I'm most likely going to be dropping all the Valiant titles fairly soon. Not for any reason that I don't like them, but just I need to trim the fat, so to speak. Going to need to cut down on what the pull list actually has. So, but we'll see if I enjoyed enough to keep it on there, but I haven't been enjoying it as much. Next up is Books of Magic number 7. This book is okay. I enjoy it for the most part. I'm kind of lost when I'm reading it. I don't know if I need to have read something prior. I'd never read Books of Magic before. Dealing with the character, the little magician boy. The only time I've dealt with him is when I was reading Justice League Dark from New 52, and he showed up in that series. So I've been excited for Books of Magic, but I'm not sure if I'm liking it to keep going. So we'll see. Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1002. The Arkham Knight is here, and he's out for something. Death of Batman, who knows? I haven't actually read 1001. I'm a little behind, but I'm super excited for Tomasi as where he's taking it after issue 1000 of Detective. Next up is a number two from for Dial H for Hero. This comes from the Wonder Comics line that DC's been putting out. This has been I enjoyed the first issue, so I'm looking forward to the second issue. But the premise is you dial the number or you dial the thing, and it makes you a hero. Or summons a hero. It's pretty cool. I've liked the concept of the series. It's been done in the past. I actually have the old series bound, the Dial H series bound. I have not yet read it, but I need to. I've heard good things. So, yeah. Next up, we have The Flash, number 69. More trickster stuff going on here. Apparently, he was trying to kill Flash in the past few episodes or issues, but hasn't. Come on, Trickster, get on if you're going to do it. Next up, we have The Forgotten Queen, number 3. I believe this is 3 of 4. It's an interesting concept for what's going on in the story, but I don't know how it fits in overall with the Valiant universe, so I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's glad it's a mini because I can just stop when it's done. Next up is one I've really been enjoying, and that is Freedom Fighters number 5 of 12. Robert Venditti has done an amazing job on Freedom Fighters. It's a fantastic book. If you're not reading it, you need to be picking it up. It is really solid stuff. Next up is a big book this week from Tom King and Mitch Gerardis, and that's Heroes in Crisis 8 of 9. This issue is intense. I mean, seriously intense for what happens in this issue. So yeah, be warned. I've already read it. It's phenomenal. I'm going to read it again. But it's Heroes in Crisis has just been. I've enjoyed every single issue because it's just really good stuff. Oh, excuse me. Next up, we have Justice League Dark number 10. Justice League Dark's been okay. Tyrion the Fourth's been writing it. I've enjoyed it for the most part. We'll see if how well it keeps going, but I mean, it's okay. Next up is Neon Future number 2. I enjoyed issue 1, so I'm going to continue with it. This is the B cover for the issue. I preferred this cover over the other one. But yeah, Neon Future from was it Identity Theory? I forgot the name of the publisher. They're the ones that Impact Theory. That's it. Impact Theory. They've graciously been Patreon backers of our podcast, but it's a good comic that they put out, so I highly recommend checking it out. It's really good. If you're starting grab copies, go to www.comicsconspiracy.biz, and we should still have some copies, and you can order it for mail order from there. Next up is Punk Mambo number 1. I'm giving it a try. Cullen Bunn's writing this, so we'll see how far I get with it. I have not liked previous iterations of the character when they've tried to do it, so we'll see. Next up is an image title, number 19, Redneck 19 specifically. Donny Cates has finally gotten a chance to write his independent stuff. Oh man, Donny Cates has been pumping out so much stuff for Marvel. It's like his image stuff has suffered. I like Redneck. It's good. I enjoy it. But I don't know how much longer I can keep on a book that has such an erratic release schedule, since Donnie's writing so much other stuff over at Marvel. We'll see. Next up is The Terrifics, number 15. It's the only book out of New Age of Heroes that seems to have a decent amount of gas and is keeping going. So we'll see where it goes. I've enjoyed it. It's okay. But it's definitely a title that if I have to drop something, I don't mind. Next up is The Wildstorm number 22. I'm close to the end of reading a book that I read every issue and go, okay, that was cool, but forget what was in the previous issue when I go to read the new one. I've heard it's better to read in collected format, but yeah, we'll see. We were shorted our copies of Wonder Woman number 69, our main cover, so I do not have that for you this week to see. But I did pick up some variants. I picked up the Batman Armor, or Bat Armor cover for Detective Comics number 1002. Doomsday Clock number 6 had a second print, and that is the issue where we get the origin of the mime and the marionette. Really solid issue. I love this issue. I like the black and white second print, so I decided to snag that up. We have the variant for Flash here, number 69. This is Mitch Gerard's variant. Really cool stuff there. 8 for Heroes in Crisis had the Harley file. Yep, really cool. I love it. It's awesome. And then Wonder Woman had a David Finch cover. We did get all of our copies of the variant in, so I snagged that one up. But we did not get enough of our regular cover, so I will read it at some point. So I did get some graphic novels this week. First up is Firefly, the Unification War Part 1, or basically Firefly Volume 1. Yeah, this collects Firefly 1 through 4 and Firefly Bad Company. So I'm really excited that Boom is putting out these nice collected versions of these books. I haven't read it yet, but I enjoy Firefly as a series, so I'm curious to see where the comic takes the Firefly crew, so to speak. I do apologize for all the yawning. I am recording very late today due to the fact that I had 3 fillings, and so my mouth was not functional about 2 hours ago, and so I couldn't even really talk very well. So that's why I had to delay recording of this, and that's why I'm so damn tired. But I'm also tired because I got a lot of stuff to do, and we're getting prepped for vacation, and I'm not just prepping myself, I'm prepping me and 2 kids. So yeah, woohoo! I did get another graphic novel. This one actually came in last week, but my copy was all messed up, so we called it in damage, and I got the new one in, and that's the Sons of Anarchy Legacy Edition, Book 2. Really enjoy these Legacy Editions. They're a nice, fair price, and solid book from Boom. I do have the first one. I love Sons of Anarchy, the TV show. I've read a couple issues of the comics, and I've enjoyed it, so I'm definitely picking up these Legacy issues to have as reader copies, so I can finish it up. And finally, on the graphic novel list is Star Wars Legends, or Epic Collection. I don't know. Star Wars: The Epic Collection Legends: The Empire Volume 5. This collects a bunch of the Star Wars droid stuff, specifically the stuff from 1994, 1 through 6, 1995, 1 through 8, the droids 1994 special, the Protocol Defense, and material from Star Wars Galaxy Magazine 1, and Star Wars Tales 16 and 20. These legacy, or these epic collections that Marvel has put out are really cool, really solid, good size. The Star Wars ones do have the number on the spine, which I enjoy, and the number on the back, which is great. But they are releasing the Epic Collections for the regular books, and on the regular books they tend to not have the volume number on the side, but they do have the story arc or the arc or whatever the collection is called on there. Really good stuff. Some of the Epic Collections are going out of print, which is kind of crappy, but they are keeping some of that stuff in print, so if it's something that you want to get, like Captain America, or Star Wars, or Thor, or Iron Man, or whatever, bite the bullet and decide what you want and pull the trigger, because once those things start going out of print, they start to get really, really pricey. So, yeah. I did grab a t-shirt this week, and it's basically one that should have been out last month, but wasn't, and that is the 80 Years of Batman t-shirt from 1939 to 2019, the Jim Lee one. So I snagged that one up there. Can't wait to try it on. And since it's the last week of the month, we get to the wonderful Previews magazine. This is Previews May 2019, issue 368 for stuff coming out in July of 2019. Our previews came. Our Marvel previews came. So you can snag up your Marvel previews as well. But our DC previews issues did not come due to the fact that we were shorted them. So hopefully I will get those next week, and I'll be able to show you guys what's in that. But yeah, previews is basically the best way for you to go and check out what's coming out, what's going to be released in comic book stores in July, what's some stuff that's being resolicited or like being solicited here so you can purchase it. I recommend going through it. If not, you're kind of left in the dark. Your shop should get a copy of it for the store itself. If they don't, you can always ask them to order a copy for you. You do have to buy it though. But if the shop has a copy, just peruse through it, check it out, see if there's anything you want. If you are part of the Comic Hub at your shop, like we have at Comics Conspiracy, the catalog will be live in the next few days, so you can actually go onto the hub and look up stuff in that catalog. If you're like, I'm just a Dark Horse person, you can literally just look up every Dark Horse thing that is in the catalog and see what you want from there. So really good resource. People need to use it more because pre-ordering is very, very important. The reason why pre-ordering is very important is, one, it lets stores know what people want and lets them order in numbers so that they can sell out or have enough for people who want it. It also helps when you want to get a special variant cover that you like. If it's open order, we can get as many as you want. So if you want 5 of that Artgerm cover that's coming out for Catwoman, then you can order 5 of that Artgerm cover for Catwoman when you put the order in for the catalog. So let your shop know. It's a great resource. Make sure to utilize it. That's pretty much it. I'm getting pretty tired. Running on fumes. I need to lay down and relax. But thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Sorry there's no rant this week. I'm just not in the mood for it. I have been tempted to do little rant segments on here, just kind of talking about a topic. If you guys would like to see that, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the videos overall in the comments below and what you're picking up, all that wonderful stuff. If you have questions, please feel free. And where do you put it? In the comments below. As usual, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 397, where we... Was it 397? Yes, we're on 398. We just finished recording 398. We talk a little bit about. There wasn't very much new. There was some new stuff we talked about, but you can. There'll be a link in the description below if you want to check out this week's episode. Next week's episode is going to be super long. Episode 399. That's going to be basically the Avengers Endgame episode. So you can basically listen to us talk about it for 3 goddamn hours on a podcast. Good luck with that. Wish us luck recording it, because man, that's going to take a while. So yeah. So link in the description below. Check it out. If you want, you can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes before we record, and help us getting products. So thank you very much to all our Patreon backers. It does help, and it is much appreciated. And we do appreciate as much as you can give us, even if it's just $1. So, yeah. Patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. You can also help me out a little more directly by clicking on any Amazon link here or on my website, conspiratorbrock.com. Any Amazon link will take you to whatever that's linked to. If you buy that, or if you click through that link and you go find something else, I'll get a cut of whatever you buy. So thank you very much to the people that do that. You can also help me out even more directly if you go over to my eBay page and see what I'm getting rid of. These past few weeks I've gotten a couple things up on there that I'm getting rid of. So any little bit helps. Thank you to everyone that's been buying. I've been selling a whole bunch of stuff, and it's really nice to purge out this stuff so I don't have to move it, and it's also nice to just get some money so I have a little bit to fall back on. And for those of you that don't know, I'm having to transition out of the living place that I'm in a few months, and so I'm trying to find something, but living in the Bay Area is very expensive, and that takes a lot. So we'll see what happens, but I do want to keep giving you guys content here on the channel, so yeah. I'm super tired. I need rest. I have a long day of work tomorrow. I got to pack, I got to drive. And then Endgame, it's never ending cycle. Oh, I do want to plug something real quick. Watch Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is fantastic. I've enjoyed the show. I started watching it like about a week ago. It's amazing, fantastic. Check it out. It's good stuff. Titans is really good as well. So if you get up on the streaming app, you got 2 shows to watch. Really good, solid stuff. I can't wait for Swamp Thing. They did drop a teaser trailer for it. I'm super excited for that, as long as they kind of keep with the Scott Snyder, Charles Soule Swamp Thing stuff. I think that's really solid. Swamp Thing that can appeal to the masses. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. And as usual, I'll see you next week. Probably wiped out from watching Avengers Endgame and talking about it for 3 hours, and then getting comic books and just, it never ends. It's a never ending cycle. See you next week, guys.